Sisters of Battle, Dawn of War Definitive Edition. The Sisters of Battle represent holy zeal, mid-range firepower, and systemic attrition. They are the militant arm of the Imperial Church. They trade the long-range safety of other factions for devastating close-quarters gunfights and literal cleansing fire. The Sisters of Battle do not fight with cold, detached logic. This faction controls the pace of the match through aggressive zeal and holy retribution. Their infrastructure and economy incentivize martyrdom and constant forward push. These forces excel at incinerating enemy infantry lines. They maintain unbreakable morale through religious fervor. They become stronger as their own soldiers die in battle. This playstyle systematically purges the enemy through relentless flame weapons and heavy armor. However, mastering them requires balancing this high-damage mid-range presence against a lack of long-range heavy artillery. The primary strength of the Sisters of Battle is their unique faith system. As sisters die or perform miraculous acts, the army generates a specialized faith resource. Commanders spend this resource to trigger powerful game-changing miracles mid-combat. These abilities grant instant healing, invulnerability shields, or massive holy damage blasts that strike the battlefield. Furthermore, the faction features unmatched short to mid-range infantry firepower. Their squads can be massively upgraded with heavy flamers and melter weapons. This loadout obliterates enemy infantry morale and melts heavy enemy armor in seconds. Their late-game motorized vehicles and flying robotic combat suits are equally terrifying. They boast devastating incendiary rockets and rapid-fire energy cannons. These machines easily crush entrenched defensive positions. Their powerful holy auras make nearby squads completely immune to psychological panic. The breakthrough potential of this blazing vanguard is entirely unmatched. The Sisters of Battle rely heavily on closing the distance to fight effectively. They do not possess strong long-range sniper options or baseline artillery. The tech tree forces commanders into strict faith-based research upgrades. A sister force must carefully manage its holy shrine expansion. Advancing to higher technology tiers unlocks devastating miracles and heavy walkers. However, it leaves temporary windows of vulnerability against long-range factions. Opponents who recognize this range limitation can launch long-distance kiting attacks. This forces the sister commander to run through deadly crossfire just to engage. If the faction cannot secure forward holy shrines, its resource generation stalls out completely. The faction lacks cheap defensive turtling mechanics. It cannot easily fight from behind a massive wall. Every single technological advancement must be supported by active forward shrines. A disrupted tech pipeline often leads to a systematically outranged and dismantled mid-game strategy. The Sisters' incredible offensive power comes with a physical price. The most glaring weakness of the Sisters of Battle is their medium individual durability. Their infantry wears power armor, but they lack the high health pools of standard Space Marines. Their squads feature moderate model counts. Losing an entire mechanized squad to heavy explosive ordnance is a massive economic blow. It can permanently break your frontline momentum. Because their weapons require close proximity, the Sisters suffer severely from open-field artillery bombardment. The faction possesses exceptional mid-range defensive power. However, these forces must stay bunched up to benefit from holy leadership auras. If an opponent isolates and picks off individual squads from afar, the faction struggles to retaliate. Progress is completely reliant on maintaining a tight, aggressive, forward-moving formation. Constant spending on reinforcing squad members quickly drains the Imperial economy.
We are under attack!
Adding to the fragility of the Sisters' force is the high-risk nature of their core martyrdom mechanic. To maximize faith generation, commanders must allow lower-tier squads to die in battle. This involves deliberately sending expendable penitents into dangerous situations to harvest their souls for resources. Mismanaging this delicate balance leaves the primary base completely open to counterattacks. Additionally, while elite holy squads deal incredible damage, they are highly sensitive to concentrated anti-infantry fire. A commander must prioritize enemy long-range heavy weapons teams immediately. Otherwise, enemy snipers and tank lines will pick apart your flamethrower squads. They will destroy them before your forces can walk into firing range. The Sisters demand immaculate target prioritization. A commander must constantly balance the positioning of flame weapon lines and the timing of holy miracles. Mechanized transport vehicles must be deployed perfectly to ferry fragile squads safely into the fray.
This is what we like, Bits! I love the sound of me shooting, don't you?
Ultimately, the Sisters of Battle are a faction of absolute religious zeal. They offer the highest mid-range burst damage, unique miracle mechanics, and incredible anti-infantry capabilities. But without careful micromanagement of transport vehicles and range gaps, long-distance bombardment can cause total ruin. For those who master Holy Flame and sudden miraculous intervention, the galaxy is yours to purge.